And welcome back to WhatsStockTV. Today we got some Camaro SS headlights, fog lights, and tail lights. We're doing Oracle halos in here, the fog lights, and we're doing the Afterburner halos for the tail lights. So stick around. Back, went ahead and picked up a dremel, so it'd be a little easier to cut these lights open instead of using that big grinder with the cutoff wheel. Just to be a little more precise. It'd be a whole lot thinner cut instead of the cuts with the other one wasn't too bad, but this should be a little bit better. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and start on the fog lights, I guess. Alright, I'm in the garage working. It's April, but it's still, for some kind of way, it's cold outside, so I'm not really trying to deal with that. But got my new dremel. Fog lights are here. I'm gonna go ahead and cut these open. Let me prop this camera up real quick, and then we'll get to work. Alright, so we got this one cut open. The only suggestion I would make is don't buy the 200. It cuts, but you can see it. You should be able to see it a little bit when I was cutting it. Like I had to cut down some, bring it back up, go down, bring it back up. You can just feel it kind of stressing, like you can kind of feel it slowing down a little bit. So it's just, I don't think this one has enough power to cut through it quick and easy like I would prefer compared to the big thing I was using to cut stuff with before, if you watch some of my older videos. So it's not as easy of a cut, but it's a whole lot more precise. So in that aspect, I deal with it being a slower cut, but it is a lot more precise. And the gap that it makes is going to be a whole lot smaller compared to what I was using before. But, just a heads up, if you get one, I probably would go with the step above the 200. Alright, so I'm not going to record cutting this next one, but, it's the same process. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this open and then come back when I get ready to put the wires through. Alright, so now we got these open. This is the halo. Cut this little zip tie off of here, but I'm gonna sit it just like this. So you find the point wherever your wires are gonna come out at, and you just drill a hole to fit the biggest part of the wire, which in this case is gonna be this plug. And got my favorite drill bit, so this first end on here should be good enough to be enough for that to come through. Once you get your wires through, just seal it up with silicone. Alright, so hole is drilled, wires fit through perfect. With these, it comes with 3M on the back of the ring, but the 3M doesn't touch the actual housing. So you got to add your own 3M tape or super glue or whatever you choose to use. But I do 3M just because it's quick and easy, and it works. So get you some 3M in a couple spots to anchor it down. And now that that's done, I'm going to put a few more pieces. I'm going to do 4 pieces here. Then 3M that glass to this. And then I put black silicone all the way around it. And that'll be the finishing sealant. But the 3M will hold it until the silicone dries. And then once the black silicone dries, it'll be all the way connected and all the way waterproof. Alright, so fogs are done. Just gonna let that dry. Once they dry, I'm gonna clean up the little excess that's, around the edges, make it look a little neater. But that's whenever it dry. Next up, tail lights. Same process. We're cutting these open. I'm gonna cut it right at the edge of where the red and the black meet. I'm gonna cut it right on that, but on the red side. So here we go. Alright, so all 4 tail lights are open. I'm not sure how that video looked. I think the camera was kind of crooked, or I was crooked, something. So, if it looked a little rough in the little fast forward shots of getting everything cut open, my bad. But they're open, so it comes off like that. And yep. So now I'm just about to clean all this dust out of here from cutting everything open, and find the rings. Yep, these rings, and it'll be the same process as the fog lights. Just find a spot where the wire is gonna go through it. Usually these wires come right out the middle, so it'll be like down there. So drill a hole, slide your wires through, seal everything up, silicone in the hole, silicone all around, and close them up, and then let them sit and dry like the fog lights, and those will be ready. And next up is the headlights, which, if you follow the page, you've seen me do 2 or 3 of these, so you know how the headlights go. But I might record that anyway, because these are RS headlights. So yeah, just stick around a little longer. Alright, so back with this drill bit. Drill the hole right in the corner. sit this light in here, and like I said, the location of the hole will depend on whichever kit you get. Like these wires, when they come out, they naturally go towards this side. So that's why I drilled a hole on this side. So yours might come down in the middle, that might come down on the left. Some of them, the wires might be connected at this end, so you'll have a hole somewhere over here. So, you know, pay attention to the kit that you have. Don't base it just off of where mine is. But that's drilled. Better wipe this dust off, wipe the dust off of that, and silicone this one up, and then do the other three. Alright, all three, well, all four, but the rest of these, the rings are in. As you can see, the 3M is holding on the sides, wires coming through, all the lenses cleaned off. So about to use the rest of the silicone that I got and seal everything up. I'm just gonna run a bead all the way around, put the glass on it, hold it, and then run another bead of silicone over everything else, and wipe it down smooth until it looks like this one. So all your edges should be covered up. You shouldn't see any cut you made. You shouldn't see it. And these are almost dry, but you shouldn't see any opening into the inside. And like I got one little spot here. So once everything dries, I'm gonna go back over it, double check, and if it's a gap anywhere, just fill that little gap, do the same thing, let it dry again, and then it's good to go. And I'll yep, they'll be good to go, and I'll give them back to the owner. Alright, so I'm back. It's dark. You know what? Just a side thing. I don't know how good you can see this, but I took a break from the halos and all of that because I got a set of doors to do, which if you see the little, whatever they call it, the little picture thing you can put on YouTube, you knew I was doing some doors. But it's another video for another day. Back to these. So I got all of the rings installed, everything is sealed, all the wires are hooked up. I got this little thing where I test all my LEDs on, so I can go ahead and plug this up, and you should be able to get a look at how this is gonna be. There we go. So all four rings lit up, everything looks good, in working order. So those are done, ready to go. I'll go ahead and test these fog lights out real quick. I haven't done the headlights yet, so I'll probably do those tomorrow. And yeah, I might make that a separate video, I don't know yet, but these are done. Let me pause this for a second and get the fog lights set up. Alright, so fog lights are done. If you see any look like cracks or whatever, that's just this plastic sheet or whatever that's on top of the lens, but everything is good. So the halos are installed, everything's sealed up, wired up. I'm gonna go ahead and test these out and see what those look like. And these are super bright. These are all Oracle lights, the fog lights and the afterburners for the tail lights. It's all Oracle, but super bright. And yep, so that's it for that. And all I got left is the headlights, which will be done tomorrow. So yeah, they'll be done tomorrow, so stay tuned.